to PS2. I gotta change the title here. Let's see where we end up. Fortunate for me, I was able to grab myself some taquitos and a brownie, so I'm excited to eat that. Some footsies to start the game. I know both of these players really well, so I know that both are going to be relatively patient to start up and do some callouts only when they feel confident. Interesting to see that JR can just up B out of most of Dr. Mario's combos. Could be just that Dr. Mario doesn't get to extend out of his combos as much as he would like to. I know that there are some Doctor combos that are pretty scary, but really it seems like you can only get one or two piece combos at this point. I just realized as well that I need to set a timer for the cake because we have the salty sweet after this if anyone wants to play, but as a contingency, if there is no two players that have some salt between each other, whoever wins this final bracket gets to throw a cake at my face being the the TO. I'm the one who organized the tournament. I'm the one who didn't find anyone to play in the salty sweet, so it is me, myself, and I that is deserving to receive the cake in the face for this tournament, or for the second iteration of Wake and Cake. I was gonna say even stocks, even percents, but Swax getting a pretty solid percentage lead here. It seems like a lot of what Dr. Mario can do is some pretty strong hits, which is pretty scary. The frame data that Dr. Mario has with speed as well might be a little bit more scary for JR to deal with. Ooh, big call out from forward air there. He just kind of hopped over JR's call out with forward tilt and gets a huge kill. That move is super strong. I've been killed by it too many times. I play with Swax all the time. But the Barry 2 forward smash from Game & Watch is going to kill it. It feels like almost any percent. So once you get hit by that, you know that your stock is gone. Big jab from JR here. Relatively even match, it feels like. Ooh. Kind of a scary last stock situation. This game being game 1 and it being so even outright, I'm excited to see how players adapt, but Swax going to get called out with the forward air there. Such a weird move. A lot of players know now to kind of contest it with a hitbox, because if you hit that bomb, it just goes away and it doesn't hit you. But at the same time, if you get hit by it, it is so strong. But game 1 going to JR. Sounds like we're doing bans this time, so likely not going back to PS2. But again, this is a best of 3, so this is Swax's last chance here to see if he can get a game going to bring this to game 3, or head himself to losers bracket. I know that Swax plays both Bayo and Dr. Mario, but it looks like he's going to keep Dr. Mario for this matchup. It might just be a comfortability thing or just a frame data thing. I can imagine playing Bayo against Game & Watch because, gosh, I feel like Game & Watch will really up B out of most of Bayo's combos because of how fast that move is. I just read JR's in-game tag as Bayar. That is hilarious. That might be my favorite thing so far of this tournament. Strong combos to start from JR here. Even footsies though. I mean, seriously, I kind of got drowned out in watching their neutral. It's pretty fun to watch. Both players being relatively safe until someone finally goes in, but it seems like in a safe manner, and then they both kind of just scrap from there. Pretty solid in standard Smash Bros to watch so far. Both players though, quote unquote, can be very janky, and so one extension kind of in this mid-high percent range could just lead to a stock. The late hit of Nair from Dr. Mario is so strong, but a good tech from Swax there to stay alive. He went off stage against Game & Watch, which is a rare thing to see, but maybe he's looking for a hard call out because JR might be a little bit more telegraphed off stage than he expects. Ooh, big dash forward, and then a reverse up smash to take off the stock. I don't know much about the hitbox or hit stun or where it sends you from Dr. Mario's up smash. I don't know if it's similar or not to regular Mario's, but definitely just as strong. Alright, so JR looking to try to get the stock here. Down air off stage. Very confident to do that, but still not going to take it. Oh, the magnet hands from Dr. Mario brings Swax back to stage. Ooh, forward tilt's going to take Swax's first stock here. Not too much of an advantage from Swax percentage-wise. One big Game & Watch combo could bring this back to even very easily. Just to start out with Nair or something. But JR decides to chase with dash attack instead. Going to reset in neutral with an up B. Gets a back air out of it as well. Game & Watch's aerials just being so safe and kind of just so scary when it comes to chasing people too. That up being so safe as well. Swax choosing to land on top of Game & Watch, even though it's probably one of the hardest things to do safely, because that up B is so strong. Ooh, Town and City almost killing Swax for that forward air. Even wasn't even that high a percent. But strong call out with the forward air is going to take the stock. Gosh, that move is so strong. And I think he died off the top of it too. So it might have just been a DI thing, but at the same time, that move is basically an aerial smash attack. So well-deserved call out from Swax there to take that second stock. Someone in chat saying we are looking at the best Game & Watch versus the best Doc in Washington, potentially. I think that might be true, actually. I don't know of any other players that play these characters personally. But the Smash scene in Washington being ever developing as COVID's kind of slowly ending. We've seen a lot of characters come out of the woodwork. These two characters being some of them. I don't often see them, and it's fun to see what they can do. Just like Jab killing off the top there. I didn't even know that Game & Watch Jab could kill. Alright, so we're back to a last stock situation. Same as the first game. Relatively even until someone gets a huge call or combo. Ooh, this offstage though. Swax barely gets out of it with a jump. If he didn't jump, he was definitely dead there. Alright, kind of back to footsies, playing around shield, but Game & Watch the up B gets out of that shield for free. A few more Nairs coming out from JR this time around. A move that I haven't really been seeing so far from him. Seems like JR is playing a little bit more patient with his aerials now, kind of spacing out, throwing out those forward airs, even if they're not hitting or Swax is hitting the bomb so it doesn't even create a hitbox. Just trying to like pace the game out a little bit more, create some space. He's the one with a percent disadvantage. Doc can definitely kill him with a strong call out again. Either a smash attack or a forward air once again. Maybe even that up B, right? But, oh, he gets down smashed, but it does not ground. That would have been potentially the stock. Yes, that's a free. Alright, so we have last stock. Relatively even percents now. One call out from either of these characters should definitely kill. Just a tense situation for game 2. Very similar theme to game 1, right? These players must be relatively evenly matched for this to just keep happening. But we'll see if that's going to take it. And Swax ends up taking game 2. So again, this is a best of 3, so we are going into game 3. Swax ends up pulling it up. Very proud of him for that. Good call out on the up smash. Shellshock in chat saying Doc's head is too big. Yes, it's massive. Absolutely massive. Not as big as Yoshi's, but geez, that up smash is strong. Character first. But yeah, you can switch. Yeah. Alright, so game 3 here. Both players playing to stay in winner's side bracket from here. I think the next round is still best of 3 before we get into best of 5s. But both players, I think, really fighting to stay out of losers bracket. This tournament being kind of a little bit on the smaller side, we're fighting to get quite a few more matches, right? So in total, all players at this tournament have been guaranteed, I think, 5 matches today, which is quite a bit more than any Owen Tour should ever expect, right? But we got a character switch from Swax to Bayonetta. Might not have just liked how even the matchup was with Doc and Game & Watch. This seems like a little bit more of a volatile matchup, though. It might be hard for Bayonetta to get something started, but once he does get something started just like this, he's going to get 30 or 40% combos, right? Also, the factor of witch time in this, with JR being so likely to just kind of throw out moves, might just get more witch times, or like just more witch times in general, from the fact that Game & Watch kind of feels like they can throw these moves out for free. Interesting situation to recover, though. Seems like JR just barely misspaced that bacon, so that Swax was able to roll on the stage. Something I don't think is actually technically you should be able to do if Game & Watch spaces correctly for that roll situation. Swax gets JR off stage and not see what he can do with it. JR naring off of the corner there and kills Swax off the top with a down air off stage below the stage. Jeez. Bayonetta being a very light body. See if Swax can get a kill off relatively soon here. Swax having a lot of kill potential with Bayonetta, again with that witch time, or Bayonetta's smash attacks are really strong too. And something we were talking about, oh my gosh! GR robbing Swax of a stock there. Swax having an up B conversion, but JR mashing up B to be able to get out of it, and ends up killing Bayonetta off the top. Might just been some matchup knowledge that JR had that Swax did not know, but that was a very scary situation. Obviously, took the stock very early. Alright, let's see what Swax can get here. Is he can even get one stock off with a hard read? Technically, he can play this really patient. There's still 4.5 minutes left in the match, but at the same time, I would be pretty excited or trying very hard to get some kind of stock off, just for a confidence boost as well. Ooh, tries to get it with the Bayonetta buffed rapid jab, but goes very low for recovery and gets back free, except for the down air is going to kill off the top once again. That is the match to JR, 2-1. Swax losing with the character counter pick of Bayonetta versus the super even matches with Doc. So interesting to see both players adapt there. Kind of a tough one for both players to have to continue to adapt in that kind of best of 3 and very intense